All right, everybody, get ready, because tonight we're diving deep into some exciting NBA history in the making.
Some history in the making.
It's a big night for Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And we've got this article detailing all the incredible things that happened.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to go beyond just like the headlines. We want to
Absolutely.
understand what makes these achievements so monumental for Steph Curry and what they tell us about his impact on the game as a whole. So,
I think that's one of the most interesting things to me is that he's been doing this for so long.
yeah.
And he's still finding ways to hit these massive milestones.
And, first up is passing Allen Iverson on the all-time scoring list.
Uh-huh.
And Iverson, with his, just electrifying style and cultural impact, is an absolute legend. So what makes this even more special is the mutual respect
Great deal.
between these two players.
It's not a rivalry.
And Curry has called Iverson one of his top 5.
Yeah.
Iverson has praised Curry's game repeatedly so.
Mm.
I think that makes this feel more significant than just the numbers themselves because of who he surpassed.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about what Iverson represents in basketball history and how Curry's style compares?
I think Iverson really was a revolutionary force. I mean,
Wow.
he defied expectations. He broke barriers. He brought this raw, unapologetic style to the court. It was all about speed and agility and just attacking the basket relentlessly.
And sort of define what people thought a basketball player should look like or should,
For sure.
in terms of his size.
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody like him at the time. And
his style.
and the way he played was just so captivating and exciting. And I think that's what made him such a cultural icon.
Yeah, and Curry is kind of a revolutionary force in a different way, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he revolutionized the game with his three-point shooting, his incredible range, his ability to create space with his off-ball movement.
Yeah.
So, they both represent pushing boundaries, but in very different ways.
It's interesting because they're both sort of smaller guards.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you think of like the prototypical basketball player, and they're both kind of breaking the mold.
Yeah, and so to see Curry surpass Iverson in scoring is a testament to
It's a big deal.
his evolution and his impact on the way the game is played today.
He's really changed the way the game is played.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
So we've got Curry exceeding Iverson in scoring, but hold on, because he also surpassed Kobe Bryant on the all-time assist list in the same game.
Wow.
So this is really interesting because it challenges the idea of Curry is just a scorer. Everybody thinks of him as a shooter, but he's also a phenomenal passer.
Oh, yeah. He sees the court so well.
So can you break down a specific play from that game where his passing created a scoring opportunity and also what makes his playmaking different from other point guards?
Sure. So there was this play in the third quarter where Curry drove towards the basket and he drew 3 defenders.
Wow.
Then he whipped this no-look pass to Draymond Green, who was cutting towards the basket for an easy layup. I mean, it was just textbook Curry, and it exemplifies his court vision and his passing IQ.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of point guards are good at finding open teammates, but Curry, he sees the play unfold before anyone else.
Yeah.
He's creating opportunities that other players don't even anticipate.
So he's always 2 steps ahead, almost like he can see into the future.
It's incredible to watch.
It's pretty amazing. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, because the Warriors actually lost this game to the Toronto Raptors.
Right.
So
She did.
it is fascinating how this game juxtaposes this team defeat with individual achievement.
It is interesting.
So do you think that Curry's focus on these milestones affected his team play at all? Or is there a tension between personal goals and team success in moments like this?
I think that's always a tough question to answer.
Yeah.
I mean, Curry obviously had an incredible night individually. The Warriors as a team, they struggled to find their rhythm.
Right.
The Raptors played really well defensively. They forced the Warriors into some tough shots. And it's always difficult to assess how much individual achievements affect team dynamics in a close game.
Especially in a close game.
But I do think the loss reminds us that basketball is a team sport.
Right.
And even individual brilliance can't always overcome a strong collective effort.
So it's a good reminder that every game is a story in itself.
Yeah.
With wins and losses and these standout moments of individual achievement. But those milestones do add up over time.
They do.
So that brings us to the big question. Where does Curry go from here?
Right.
Considering his age, his continued, elite performance and the milestones he's already conquered, where could he realistically land on these all-time leaderboards by the time he, hangs up his jersey? Who else might he surpass?
I mean, if he stays healthy, he could very well end up in the top 5 all-time scorers, potentially surpassing legends like Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan.
Wow.
His assist numbers are climbing rapidly, too. So passing John Stockton for the top spot isn't out of the question. It all depends on how long he wants to play at this level.
Yeah, and I think he's got a lot left in the tank.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on his progress right here on the Deep Dive, making sure you're in the loop for every record broken and every legend surpassed. This is one for the history books, folks. So stay tuned. The Steph Curry story is far from over.
He's not done yet.
Not even close.
Not even close.
See you
next time. See ya.